for the thing, but hi. My name is How you doing? My name is Xenos, and welcome back to part two. Um, so today it's been definitely a day. And I got a lot done, but not a lot of what I needed to do. Um, like in preparing for nights, I guess. But I went to sleep, and I only meant to sleep for 30 minutes or no, 40 minutes, and I slept like 2 hours later. I woke up 2 hours later. Yeah. Anyway, how are y'all doing? Um, because when I get into this reading, it's going to be PAL 3 and 4. So, ooh, okay. Okay, yeah. So PAL 3 was the Unicorn Tarot, I believe. Yeah, it was, because I had got the Tarot Divine after. Um, and if you don't know, I actually did do 1 and 2 yesterday. And I was like, okay, it was 3 in the morning, and if I had continued, it'd be probably 7 in, and I would have been dead tired. Or probably not even just 7. I would have been dead tired. Um, so yeah, I just decided to take that pause between the two pals. And this is a new thing that I don't know if anybody else has done this before, but I don't want to deal with editing. So, and it's not, I don't want to deal with editing. So I just was like, why don't I just do power readings live and then just leave it at that? It's going to be live. So, you know, it's going to be definitely something. And I did eat today. Um, but I was hungry, so I just made some pancakes. So occasionally you will see me munching. Mm. And before I even get into PAL 3, PAL 2, I did not give a quote. Um, I actually just forgot. I just forgot. Normally I do the quotes in the beginning. I hardly ever do them in the end. But PAL 2, I'm really quick. I'm gonna give a quote. I already said I was gonna do that. Okay. Okay. That's a whole hmm. Okay, I'm getting it's a little weird. But first of all, let me get the word back here. Luck. Also see chance, destiny, dignity, and fortune. So, the only sure thing about luck is that it will change. Wilson Meisner. And also, because I'm going to do 3 quotes. Shallow men believe in luck. Strong men believe in cause and effect. Ralph Waldo Emerson. And I believe in luck. How else can you explain the success of those you dislike? Jean Custu. I hope, I don't know. Cus, ca, Catu. Catu or something. I hope I said that right, but yeah. That was PAL 2's, and PAL 2 had Happy as the motion and Six of Wands. But I don't necessarily think that it's talking about. I feel like we have this fantasy that luck. I believe luck exists. I. How you doing, Skilly Rattle and Alyssa? Welcome in, y'all. I believe in luck. I do. And I don't think that. I don't think that. I don't necessarily agree with the second quote. Thank you. I shaved it off. It was green, but I shaved it. I didn't want to have hair anymore. But I don't necessarily think that. Because this quote by Emerson, shallow men believe in luck, but strong men believe in cause and effect. It can be both. I believe that luck exists, but luck only exists because you're being. It's the effect of what you're doing. Like, say that you go for opportunity like a job, and if you don't actively go towards that position, like give them a call and apply for the jobs, you're not going to get any effects. So that's what the cause and effect is. Because you apply for these jobs, because you went out of your way to get because you went out of your way to actively put yourself out there into their view, that's the effect of you. The effect is you're getting the position you want. And sometimes it doesn't work out, but I just think that you weren't supposed to be in that position if it doesn't work out. And there's always going to be something better around the corner. But yeah. Okay, that was PAL 2's quote. And I wanted to start out with that because I literally forgot to do one. But going on to PAL 3. Listen over there, ain't it? Yeah, got that time. Okay. Okay. So, we have language, also see conversation, literature, music, speech, and word. Think like a wise man, but communicate in the language of the people. William Butler Yeats. Butler Yeats. William Butler Yeats. Also laughter. Also see baby, cheerfulness, humor, and smile. If you do not laugh, if you do not learn to laugh at trouble, you won't have anything to laugh about when you're old. By Ed Howe. I can usually judge a fellow by what he laughs at. Wilson Meisner. Just had Meisner in the last one. Thank you. I appreciate it. Um, Kit Kat. Kit Kat. Yeah, that's Kit Kat. That fun had me a little wonky in the eyes. Thank you, though. Ooh, and that's funny. I laugh when I laugh. It's not because I'm laughing because most of the time, if it's a funny situation, yes, I will laugh. But I will laugh inappropriately at the wrong stuff because I will think that I hear something else, but it will be actually different. Be different from what I'm hearing, and that's why I always, when I'm talking to people, if I'm not looking in their eyes, I'm looking at their lips so I can see what they're saying. And oh my gosh, I feel like I get in so much trouble because I will laugh at the most inappropriate stuff, and I have before. Um, it wasn't funny. Like I laugh at my own, like I laugh at my own issues. Um, and sometimes it's like a little, oh okay, haha, that's funny. But then it's also like I can't do anything else but laugh. I really can't. And I guess that's where silly comes in. You got the two of wands. Can't do anything but laugh, literally. And I love laughing. I just feel like I've struggled a lot with getting that back because I'm not the butt of the joke, but a lot of stuff made it seem like it because I wasn't like we were talking about yesterday, the box. I was outside of the box and just like yeah, it didn't seem funny at the time, but it's funny. It's funny now. But it's hard to have humor when you have. It's hard to have humor when you have a lot of issues regarding trauma. But laughter is the best medicine, I feel. And you have selenite cleansing yourself and your space. And this is the only card that actually flipped over when I was looking for, um, not looking for, but I was shuffling um, the crystal tarot, or I guess cards. They're cards. They're not tarot. They're cards, but it is cartomancy. But you got the six of diamonds, six of coins. Interesting pair. So while we continue on with the moonology, believe in the impossible blue moon. '23 enlightenment moving forward. And there's a blue moon, well, full moon, but it's blue. Five, not an angel, divinity. Oh, it has a little beard. And then you have one, not a dragon, purity. Noom. Noom? Canoom? Noom. I have to look that up. 21 Noom Resourceful. I have to look up how to say their name. But I can't right now because I'm on live. Okay. Yeah, dang. Yeah, dang. You're not gonna do that. Be serious. Be so for real. Okay. Okay, yeah, that ties in with Cell Night pretty good. Um, I clear my energy field, and I was called here on a mission. Mm-hmm. So, sorry, I'm getting very specific about how I want it to look right here. And no, I can say on my laptop. So, there's a lot of expanding that you are going to be doing, especially seeing, believe in the impossible and enlightenment moving forward. You are branching out, and I think that is very beautiful because when we feel like we are succumbed to just one way of reality, that limits a lot of what we can actually do. And there are so many colors. Like on purity, there's a butterfly, and butterflies are known for transformations because you know the caterpillar and the cocoon. Oh, and that gold. Well, yellow, but gold nonetheless. There's this energy inside you, and you have such a big light. I feel like you've been in muddled waters for such a while, and I don't think any other card is. Yeah, okay, I thought so. This is like a forest. Believe in the impossible. It's like a forest because it is a forest. It's like getting through, getting getting a clear path through. And you also see in enlightenment that she's moving. She is moving forward, but she's she's also in a forest, right? She's also in the forest. And there's just, well, there's two light sources, but the one that she's near, I feel like it's almost like it's her own, but it is a lamp, you know? But it's still her light. You don't have to be a woman. I'm just commenting with the cards. Um, but there is this source within you, and you are doing what you can with the tools that you have right now, like how the magician is. You're using the tools that you have at your disposal. And they're all of their wings are spread, right? I really can't tell what animal head Noom is. It looks like a ram, but also a goat. And I think, yes, this is big head. Um, it looks like not only in I'm getting two different things, but both of them can exist simultaneously. So I'm getting that your guides are guiding you. That's why they're called guides, but you know, they're helping you along this way. And I'm also getting like a depiction of the higher self and where you're at right now. Almost like they're showing you exactly the way, but you have to be open to receiving that information. And I feel like because there's this pedestal that you're on, very much so, because you're putting yourself on that pedestal instead of putting somebody else on it. And you're raising your standards of not only for yourself, but your livelihood. Sorry. Okay. I love pancakes. Waffles, really, but pancakes are cool too. Oh, and this is the last unicorn. If you no, sir. You already got hair in there. I gotta get another glass anyway. Ugh. No, no, no. No, no, no. This is the last unicorn deck. Um, and you have the chariot. Oh wait, sorry. Have the chariot. Wheel of Fortune. Five of Cups in reverse. Oh, I love this deck. I knew I was gonna love it when I first saw it. The Last Unicorn is literally, that is my favorite movie of all time. I don't know how I ended up watching it because I was pretty young, but I found it again not that long ago, and I forgot all about it until I actually went watched it again, and I was like, this movie literally speaks such wonders in me. It's so poetic. It is very poetic. You have the Page of Coins in reverse. And you have the Moon. Somehow I felt like she was gonna come out. Ooh, I want to watch that movie again. I need to watch it again, literally. And you have two cards, or three. Okay. The Lovers. I was thinking about this scene specifically. That's the Tower. Sorry, I was thinking about that scene specifically when all of the unicorns had came back. Oh my gosh. And it's in reverse. The Ten of Wands and Seven of Wands. Why do you? It was And then you have the Sun in reverse. Come on, people. You can't sit on my lap. So silly, silly, silly. Every time this every time it drops. Strawberries and syrup are so good. What the fuck? I've been missing out. Um sorry. um but yeah, I was thinking about the Tower specifically. That specific scene when all of the unicorns came back. And not only that, the Seven of Wands shows her leading them out of the sea. No, I know what you finna do. Not right now. You just went outside. Oh, okay. Hi. Nice to see you again. How you been? Yeah, so I went outside earlier with him and we went all the way over there. But I don't know what he was sniffing for. And I kept on thinking back to when this guy said um he had some type of that's good. um I'm doing great. You know, I'm still in the same getup I was yesterday, but it's going good. It's going. It's definitely going. I was thinking back to when this guy I was taking him for a walk before that when I took on one of these walks I took him on. But I was thinking about when a guy was like he had some dogs himself and they were bullies. I forgot what breed specifically, but they were bullies. And he said, "Oh, my dog's gonna mess him up," but not in a way of just being rude. It was just in a way of a warning, if you will, because he goes up there. I don't know what he does when I let him outside by himself, but I know he's not causing a commotion unless he's trying to play with an animal. And I know grabbing dogs by the neck doesn't hurt them, like, because they have that extra skin, but I still don't like doing it. And I just don't prefer it. But I had came back to the house tonight. I came back to the house and I I had got the leash, I got the harness. I went outside with Prince. We went all the way back over there and he wasn't there. So I was like, "Oh, okay. He must have went home." Yeah, he sure was. He was standing at the door waiting for us. And I was like, "Okay, well, I just went for another walk." And this time it was with Prince. But, we still met back at the same spot. I kept on just thinking about the warning when he wouldn't leave from over there. So I was like, okay, I gotta go do this to get him from over there. I didn't have to, but he wasn't listening, and I don't know why, but it just makes me nervous when people will give me a warning, and I try not to go that way. It was nothing to fear, literally. It was nothing to fear about it because they were in the house. But it's just the simple fact of me remembering that and not wanting him to get hurt. So I was trying to be precautious. But what would have made it more precautious if I had actually gotten the harness beforehand. So now I know. We're learning. We're definitely learning. So, okay, bye. So, with the chariots, with the chariot. Oh, and there's a dragon here. I don't remember a dragon being in there, but maybe the wizard had. And the tower is in the back. So you deliberately went for this tower, literally. Like you can see the tower in the back. You deliberately went for this tower. And that's the whole point of the last unicorn. I don't know why I was gonna say the little unicorn, but the last unicorn, the whole point was she was trying to find out what happened to other unicorns and why she was the last one and trying to free them at that. And you deliberately went through it and you had to went through a lot of turmoil to get to this point in your life where you was like something's not right. I have to change. And with the wheel of fortune, because the wheel of fortune it can really go anywhere, but because it's upright, for some reason I'm thinking about on Hulu. I hope I'm saying it right. How you doing? Welcome in. How you feeling today? keep on thinking. No, Tanhulu. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's that treat where you put fruit or no, it's just fruit. It's just when you put fruit in a coating of of melted sugar, I believe, or no, it's a coating that has a lot of sugary taste. That's what I remember when looking into when videos pop up about it. That's what I remember. It was like this candy treat. Oh my gosh, and that sounds so good right now. That sounds so good right now. Anyway, moving back, moving back to where it is right now. There's a rainbow in the middle, and that makes me think about because there's gold in the middle of this, and then it goes out into the purple. And you know that crow, that the crow, it wasn't a crow, but what's up, Charlie? So for real? You so for real right now? Let me go to the moon real quick. So you've probably never seen it though, but if you have, I'm gonna explain it. There's a scene in The Last Unicorn where the unicorn gets caught by this witch, and where the unicorn gets caught by this witch, and she meets this. I'm not sure who they were, but I know they were one of the creatures that were caught by the witch. But this one right here, she was free. Well, she was freed by she was freed by I believe the magician. But in that same token, um, no, she was freed by the shit. I can't remember, but she was definitely freed, and she killed the witch. Um, she was freed, and she killed the witch, right? And I feel like, and that was like a catalyst moment for her journey. One of the catalyst moments. And after that, the unicorn saved her. She goes into the forest and she meets the troop of people where the magician and this lady right here. For the life of me, I cannot remember their names, so pardon that. But she meets her, and I feel like it's jumping around because I'm not trying to jump around, but it's just the energy. It's kind of everywhere. That's why I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is here because it's in different spots that make this tower moment so beneficial for you. And I don't short youngles. I don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. You can explain it though. Explain it though. But I feel like this jumping energy is more so of just different areas of your life that you are coming into contact with. Giraffes with short youngles. I don't know what short youngles are. I don't know what that is. But I, you know what? Not sure. And I don't want to agree to something that I'm not sure about. um, but this Five of Cups, it's in reverse. I feel like the walkaway just didn't happen yet because you were still lost in the forest. A bug shaped giraffe. I don't like bugs. I don't like bugs at all. I like them from afar, but not near me. So I'm just have to a soft no. But if you like it, I love it for you. But if we're talking about young, okay, I'm confused though. Like, what about the youngles? Why are you asking if I like it? I'm very confused. I am still confused. What? I'm still very confused. I'm just confused on why you're asking if I like it. If I like it, and still I don't want to agree to something that I'm just not sure about. um, but you were still in this forest, and I think you knew that you needed to walk away from certain aspects that were toxic, not only to yourself but to other people. But it was more so you feared walking away. So I'm thinking of this scene from Inside Out where oh, what was his name? Bongo? You know the elephant, but he was cheering the emotions on and was like, "Yes, go save Raleigh." And I feel like that scene right there is more so indication of how you feel about your the different versions of yourself, because no one can save you. Only you have the power to save yourself. And that also goes in with the power of wanting change. And with this tower, I feel like you had so many emotions trapped inside you that you made yourself smaller than what you should have. But going out of this small energy, because the Ten of Wands is in reverse after the Tower, you're out of this confusing fog. And you're not in the forest anymore. You've made all of this progress to the journey that you went on. I'm hearing only time will tell, and time does move fast. And I think because I did have this conversation earlier, I said that um, because learning a new language does take time. Learning anything that is new to you will take time, and it's just a matter of walking in that confidence in you. Because with the Seven of Wands, you're still feeling these adversities in this fire. And the sun, like, was it in reverse? Because, oh, excuse me, was it in reverse? It's like the day has just felt a little gloomy. Not the day, but literally just the journey just has felt gloomy. And because it took a long time to get here, it feels like that sun won't ever come out. You need to realize that you are your own knight in shining armor. You don't need anybody else to be that for you. And I know it's different because when you think about your childhood and how you were supposed to have a protector, if you've never had a protector in the way that you felt safe and comfortable with, it's hard to, or better yet, you felt like your own protector because you've had that lack of protecting protection agency with other people. It can feel like you won't let your guard down with anyone, and forming new connections can also feel rocky because you don't know where it would go. And like I said earlier, only time will tell. Even if something does end up not working out, it doesn't mean that it was a waste of time. Um, because I did pull a few more cards. I got the Six of Wands in reverse, Queen of Coins in reverse, and these are on the bottom of the deck. You got the Lovers, and this is one of the two lovers I believe is in this deck, and the Knight of Cups. So this slow pace that you're going is a love letter to yourself. And every time you take time out to do something, you know that saying, I'm going to make time for it. Every time you take that time out to do something, that heals you immensely, time is telling you that you are going the right way. Your higher self is telling you that you are going the right way. Now, these battles that you have with yourself, um, these battles that you feel like you have to hide yourself from, or not battles, what is the word? Feelings that you hide yourself from, or better yet, hiding from yourself. Because in the deck, right? So I just saw a card that was flipped over like this, like that inside the deck, and it was flipped on the side where all the images show. But it was Temperance in reverse. And he's cutting those are not tomatoes. They're potatoes. He's cutting the potatoes, right? And potatoes, cutting them will take a lot of time. But I feel like giving yourself the time and giving yourself the permission to make time for those parts of yourself, for learning something new, for allowing yourself to flow within your own emotions and your own being, that sun is going to come up. That sun is really on the other side. Right now, I feel like you're just kind of in emotion of this feeling like it's so much that you have to do, and the weight, you know, and you know, I think that really it's just the moment. It's just the moment. And regardless of any repercussions that you have, that you have gone through at that, you don't have to stay in that energy. That's why I feel like it's taking a long time for you to get out of this energy of having to always guard yourself, especially against other people. And honestly, just let people have their own opinions. Nobody can sway you if you know who you are. If you know in your soul what you were put on here to do, nobody can sway you from any emotion that you have. So let yourself flow in this motion. And I'm thinking of the song by Mitski, and I love her songs. I love her. I love her. So I'm thinking of the song "My Love Is Mine, All Mine," and fuck. Sorry, I'm thinking about something else. But going back to the song, it goes like, "My love is mine, oh mine, our love, mine, oh mine, nothing in the world is mine that song so much because when you come into this world, you really have yourself, but you're not just supposed to be by yourself. You're supposed to have a community with you. And when we do have that lacking community, sometimes it can feel like we are always destined to be alone. But even if we've been alone for a period of time, people who are part of your soul family, people who are part of your life, people who will see you for who you are, they will come around. And that's why I feel like the whole luck thing, I think that was first pal too, but there's also stuff that I actually need to do to finish off that other reading. But I remember here it is. Okay, this is the page. It was laughter and language, but I was thinking about how to of when I did get the quote for the luck. We are not born lucky, but luck is within us when we make the best of the opportunities that we have. So, decomposition and disingenuine, disposition and supernatural. It also came out in Pal 2. Ooh. Conscious and subconscious. Euphoria, dysphoria. Get to your dream and let it go. Reevaluation and expectations. Hardships, earth signs, closets. These are stuck together. Yeah, my eraser got stuck on it. I don't know how, but yeah. It just won't come off. Ain't that something? But this is victim and savior complex, discovery and closets. And you have holding on, cheese, unbelievable, and despair. When I mean cheese, I mean like, when they do, when you get a camera pointed at you and then they say cheese, cheese. That's it. Smile a little bit, It actually takes less muscle to smile than to frown. So your position right now, you're in a need for a reevaluation of what you want in your dream. What do you want to bring to yourself? And I feel like I don't know why, but I'm thinking about Euphoria from, Zendaya. Ooh, I haven't finished it, but I know that they, it was a lot going on, and I've only seen season one, but I've heard about season two, and I've seen some clips of it. But I think it mostly just pertains to the drugs and alcohol and all that shit. But I'm not thinking about a specific scene. I'm just thinking about the. Oh, thank you. How are you doing? Lufunomoris. Lufunomoris. Or my dog snoring. Thank you, though. I am doing great, and how are you doing? I feel like it's always a conscious effort to, if you want to change, that is a conscious effort. And whatever you do in the conscious can bring out the subconscious or what's in the unconscious. So that reevaluation, wanting to stay in that closet of, I am not. Um, Not really interested. It's just never been my forte, but whatever happens will happen. But right now, it's just I'm not emotionally available for a connection of that degree. Am I using all of my Riz? I don't think I have Riz. If it is, it's autism. But for real, like, I just enjoy. I think I've been more open to, because when I talk about the conscious, and I was talking about conscious effort earlier. If you want to be more involved into something, that's a conscious effort that you have to take. And getting out of this closet, this box that you will put yourself in to make others feel, to make others not feel comfortable about your light, that in itself is a conscious effort. Because looking at savior complex and victim, you can have a victim mentality, especially when you thinking about grandiose narcissism, but the need to think that other people need saving. I don't have any Riz. What Riz? I don't have any. I don't think there's a bone in my body for that. That's funny though. Are you using your Wiz? I think that. So silly. So silly. This box of just putting yourself down and believing believing that you are not worthy, that is conscious effort. So when you shift your perspective to the conscious effort of saying, I can do this because I am choosing to open up my mind to this way of life. Learning something is a conscious effort. choosing a different choosing a different way of thinking is a conscious effort. And a lot of hardships that we go through can make us feel, excuse me, a lot of hardships that we go through can make us feel like what's that phrase? We'll never make it out of this forest, a metaphorical forest, because thinking about the Moonology deck and I believe, yeah, the dragon, Star Dragon, yeah, the metaphorical forest that we are in. Those are dense emotions. Those are dense memories. Those are moments that we struggle. And with decomposition and disingenuine, I feel like, you know how worms are, what is, they decompose. So we have decomposers. God, I haven't thought about that since I was in school, but we have decomposers. And worms are typically known for that, along with maggots and, all of those little critters. But when you think about getting into a different state of mind, when you think about moving to these these different parts of yourself and getting yourself out of this forest, that is when you allow yourself to realize expectations you put on you may very well be harmful. But there's also a such thing as good expectations. There's also a such thing as good expectations as well as bad expectations. But they're expectations nonetheless. So, and I was thinking about this the other day. What my friend was like, he said he's gonna put all the pressure, he's gonna put in that fire, and the pressure is on. And I think that conscious effort is applying pressure where it needs to be pressure. So, let's let it go. These are the feelings inside where what it says right here, holding on. You're holding on to a lot of what happened in the past. And part of that conscious effort in letting it go is actually feeling through it and seeing it for what it is. And make light of it if you want to. That's what I did. Um, I've been I've been hurt in a way that I shouldn't have been. I'm not going to go into details of it, but the way I started thinking about it is making fun of the memory itself. That's how I cope with my trauma. I make jokes and talk about it. I make jokes and talk about it. But started thinking of it being like how a firecracker is. They don't last long. They blow and then they die. And I am so glad to say that I I'm not in that place anymore. And when you look at because a lot of the victim mentality and the savior complex, it goes into thinking that you are still part of that area of your life, and memories are simply memories. And memories can hurt, but they can also bring joy. So don't let yourself stay haunted awake by these feelings inside. You're allowed to let them go. You need to allow yourself to let them go. And I feel like there's also a struggle with feeling disingenuine. But earth signs, I feel like they have all the pressure. They put in the pressure. They definitely put in the pressure. And that pressure is getting what they need to do, getting what they need done. Oh, excuse me. But it's getting what they need done and working on it, working on themselves. Any sign can do that, but I'm just specifically saying earth signs because they were here. And I mostly see earth as concrete. It's not movable, but it has so many changes. Like, you know how gems are formed? That's from pressure of I don't think tectonic plates moving, but I could be wrong. But it's just gems are made from pressure. Diamonds are made. Are they the hardest gem? Might be, but gems and stones are made from pressure, and that pressure is a conscious effort with Earth. And what did that say? I believe in the impossible, and you have unbelievable at the bottom. I don't think tunnel vision is necessarily a bad thing. It's just that when you put yourself into a focus, or put yourself in the focus at that, you start to believe and you start to think there is so much that I could do. There's so much that I am capable of. You are so capable. There is so much that you are capable of. And you don't have to be like everybody else. That's why we are all unique on this earth. Maybe there's similar attributes, maybe there's things that we have that coincide together, but we are all unique at the end of the day. So, now we are doing story dice. by Miss Julissa. I'm hearing there's no way, there's no, wait, what is that saying? There's no, there's no other way but, there's no way to go but up. Turn the camera on. Okay, so story dice. Many thoughts are being thought. Many thoughts are being thought. Many. There are many thoughts that you're having. And there's no way up. There's no other way to go but up. Especially if you're already at the bottom, you just go up. And there's new experiences that you will have with other people. But the only way you will have them is if you make the choice of where you're trying to go. What do you want to do? What do you feel drawn to? And build those boundaries, not only with other people, but yourself. See exercise, I'm like, you're definitely making progress. You're making more progress than you can actually imagine. And like I said earlier, only time will tell. So the progress that you're making is literally as it should be. And you're walking through new avenues of life. I definitely say there is so much that you're getting into that you just don't understand. You don't understand it right now, but there's a lot that you are going to get into. I'm hearing that song by Doja Cat. I just want to get into it, yeah. A little bit of get into it, yeah. I don't know the lyrics, but I just know, yeah, get into it, yeah. Get into it. Into it. Literally. Here you are. I was looking for books. Womp womp. Okay, so I'm really quick. I'm gonna do a bit of meditating before I get into this last pal because I feel there's a lot of energy here and I'm not prepared yet. So let's get into a little bit of meditation and get the last pal going. You could do it with me if you want. There's not a lot of little things said. And what we're going to do is just breathe in, breathe out, hold that breath for a few moments, and let it out. So breathe in, breathe out. I'm gonna do one of the 7 principles of Mr. Euclid had done. So I connect with myself, or I connect with others, and that is POW number 3. Sorry, that's POW number 3. We're on POW number 4 now, so let's get into it. Okay, you have rose quartz, love, trust, and emotional healing. You know, it kind of makes sense, though. Kind of makes sense. Kind of does. Then you have rage, king. Well, those are close. Okay, this is like the 6. Okay, I'm remembering. So you have rage, king of wands. Oops, I need to do that. And this has the most oracles out of all of them because you got double like literally 3 times, and it wasn't the double with the affirmations, it was a double with the other ones. Or no, sorry, it's a double. It was the double. It was the double with see, these two, the dragon and the unicorn look so alike that I forget that they are different. And that's like the mirroring effect for me. But you got double for the Egyptians and the Moonology. So you have nothing will come of this situation, void of course, moon. That's a little concerning. Then you have balance, spirituality, and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. One, vision, contemplating the future. Those are fairies. $30, not a mermaid, daring. Signet. Oh. Actually, before I even get to, because I know, I don't know that much about Signet, but I remember this story about her where she, I think it was her and Osiris bride. It's her and Osiris, about her and Osiris, but she, she is the embodiment of rage and love. And and I don't remember the story exactly how it went, but something happens where she was sent into a rage, right? And rage can literally make you blind to to the pain. It can make you merciless. And it's interesting that she came out specifically during this. But for her to get back into that state of where she was light, she got tricked from drinking blood to drinking wine, and that wine lightened her mood. Now, the aftermath of that, I'm not sure what happened, but I remember her specifically being that justice like symbol with yeah, just interesting. 17, segment justice. 36, nifritum, completeness. And last but not least, forgiveness brings freedom. And you have a lot of green and teal in these. And it's also with the Tarot Divine. The color is mainly teal, but blue, teal, green, that is a lot. That's showing up a lot in your reading. You have the Two of Swords. Page of Wands. Six of Swords. And Death. Oh, nope. Death. And the Six of Cups. And on the back of the deck, you have the Tower. Okay. Ooh. So I definitely feel like there is a downfall of your own doing. And I've said this before, but I felt really drawn to how for myself. But there's definitely a downfall of your own doing, especially when it comes to rage. And this Tower. You know what's interesting is Segment and Nefertum is literally mirroring one another. And she also has, I believe, I think those are cheetahs. But they're also mirroring each other in Segment's card. But balanced spirituality and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. Pisces is known as being like twins, especially because we have two fish. And forgiveness brings freedom. It also has two butterflies in that. So definitely pairs are really showing up in here. I'm thinking, oh, I'm hearing, I am thinking, but I'm hearing, I'm thinking and hearing of, not being scared of the fall and daring to be different. Not being afraid of being disliked. And I feel like a lot of rage that you've had came from the past. And this Two of Swords is always indication to a choice that you've made and a choice that you will have. So the choices that you are heading into can feel pretty scary, especially when you're choosing not to. Um, Hold on to the pain that you have been receiving. I feel like a lot of this has just been dealing with pain. Got yourself in a sticky situation for sure. But feeling anger and feeling this fury within, it's not going to make anything better. So, we're looking at forgiveness brings freedom. It doesn't mean that you have to forgive the people who hurt you, but you have to forgive yourself for holding on to that pain. You have to forgive yourself for causing pain. You have to forgive yourself. You have to. If there's no understanding of why you feel that pain in the first place, there's no forgiving that you feel could be done. So, spirituality and practicality, that means balancing those parts of yourself, like emotions and logic, you balance those. And sometimes emotions can overtake logic, or logic can overtake emotions. You are finding yourself into this joy. You're making sure you find yourself into joy because this rage that you feel has taken over so much of your life. And that is why death is here. With the Six of Swords, you're going into this journey and allowing yourself to have a death of not necessarily the ego, but the death of, what's the word? The death of lacking something in oneself. And the Six of Cups, sorry, I have to look at the tower real quick. Um, but finding yourself in this giving energy where you're not afraid of letting your heart show on your sleeve. Yes, that comes with a lot of emotions. Yes, it comes with some pain, but it also comes with pleasure. Love, trust, and emotional healing. You are healing yourself. You are going to heal yourself. And I love that for you. That self love that you feel, that emotional maturity that you gain from the lessons you've learned. I haven't even, okay, we're not going to get into that right now. But the emotional maturity that you have gained will always outweigh whatever has happened in the past. And I feel like you're holding, it's not even just rage at other people, it's rage at yourself. You have so much pent up anger and so much pent up resentment that you don't realize that is holding you back. So you're making the conscious effort to decide that I am no longer going to allow this to affect my life. And how someone else receives that is not your problem. everybody is responsible for their own emotions. And I say that to myself because, regardless if I feel some type of way about someone else, that is emotions that I will have to deal with. It's not their responsibility, but what is their responsibility is showing up in a respectful manner. It's showing up without pushing my boundaries and telling me that I must do something in order to in order to be a specific view that they want me to be. And allowing yourself into this loving energy of getting an understanding. It's an understatement, but you have to allow yourself to grow. We all make mistakes. We all do things that we shouldn't do. And those mistakes can have a long lasting effect on other people. So, to make amends, why not show up in ways of changing? To make amends, why don't you show up in a way that shows, in the way that says, I am changing, I am trying to be a better person, I am trying to grow. So you have grieving, destroy, and seek. Oh God, that's a lot. That's a lot. Pause on that. Pause on that. Go for real. I feel like PAL 3 and 4 have just been clear cut. Decomposition and disingenuous. This keeps coming out. It's like there's definitely self-love and love. Stars, galaxy, closet, and discovery. Antagonizing, reform, reformation. Revolting and bargaining. Also on the back of revolting we have trigger warning, CSA and SA. And we also have anger on the back of bargaining. So definitely 5 stages of grief. It's giving the 5 stages of grief. And I know how that is because in any situation that has brought you turmoil, you'll have to go through a lot of emotions to get that out. And that's why Destroy and Seek is here. And if you heard the SZA song, Seek and Destroy, yeah, you have to do it. That is your responsibility. And the ultimate form of self-love is healing that betrayal and forgiving that betrayal that you have done to yourself. You have so much love to give. And I feel like you're scared to show your heart. And you know the Beyonce song, Reformation or Formation. You don't have to be a lady, but you know. Okay, ladies, now let's get information. Prove to me you got some coordination. Slay chick, or you get illuminated, you know? You can't let yourself fall into the trap. I'm also thinking of that song, The Trap by Tally Hall. You remember when we fell into the trap? That trap is, again, and I feel like I've been using this for every reading, the closet and the box. You're putting yourself into this hole, and you are so much more than that hole. The depth that you have, the emotions that you have, the feelings that you have, the thoughts in your head, what you have is so vast. And stars and galaxies couldn't even compare to how vast that is. Yeah. We have to start realizing that the parts of ourselves that we have been disingenuous with, we have to come at them with the same amount of love that you will give to somebody else. And it gets scary. It does. But you are so worth it. Your love is worth it. You are worth every aspect of love. And you should always remember that. And if there's something that you dislike, ask yourself why. How can you get better? Actually, there's a card that I do want to read. Ace of Swords. Well, I'm not gonna read it, but there was one. I just can't remember. Actually, here it is. Okay. White Bear King Valemon. Norwegian fairy tale. Death is a huge upheaval, potentially repressing the death of one way of life and the start of a new one. Life changes irrevocably, and there is no way to go back. Change is necessary. The death of childhood is important in order to grow up. And death is scary, it is, but it is just as much a part of life as life is a part of death. And that is something that we'll always have to get used to, especially when it comes to the challenges that we face every day. Death happens every day, and it's not fair. It's really not. And I'm thinking of, that Hamilton song. It was what Aaron Burr was saying. Death doesn't discriminate, it exhibits no restraint. It takes and it takes and it takes, and we keep living and rise and be, rise to the game. Something change and we'll make some mistakes. But if you listen to that song, you'll understand what I mean. Like, death, it really doesn't discriminate. It doesn't matter who you are or what you are, but it will always be around the corner. So why don't you live your life to that extent of where you feel free, happy, where you don't feel like you're hiding that authentic part of yourself? And we could all use authenticity in our lives. There is so much beauty that you are hiding, you have yet to even see. And pile 4, I'm not done yet, but I'm just putting them up because it'll be easier for me to actually get them um, all in at the same time. But pile 4, you, although you have a lot of turmoil, the more that you are open to forgiving yourself, you can realize that forgiving others isn't as hard. And realize that, because this is what Will Wood said. He said, oh, what did he say? Is the song Suburbia Overturn? But it was a line that was specifically um, about the innocent. Everyone has the ability to. Everybody is, in a sense, innocent. But there are things that happen that we do. Um, there are things that happen that make us feel guilty. And some things that happen that actually does make somebody guilty. And yeah, you know, it'll happen. But it doesn't have to happen again. If you learn your lessons, if you're choosing to do what's right, if you're choosing to do what's right, making that conscious effort to be a better person and to be a better version of you, those mistakes, they're just going to be part of your story. And people will learn from them. Like when I explain my situations and the predicaments that I have been in, they're not just me just talking to talk it. It's actually me talking about the lessons that I have learned and how I'm choosing the efforts to be better, making efforts to be better. Because if nobody's gonna do it but me, literally, nobody's gonna do it but me. And that's same to you. Nobody's going to make those efforts to be better but you. In a sense of just your own person, not other people. Everybody has the will to change, but it just takes them wanting to change to actually do that. Okay. Yeah. Okay, it's weird. Um, Conversation. Also see argument, gossip, and loquacity. Loquacity? Loquacity. Loquacity. Conversation is an art in which man has all mankind for competitors. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Silence is one great art of conversation. William Howsett. Never hold anyone by the button or the hand in order to be heard out. If people are unwilling to hear you, you better hold your tongue than them. Lord Chesterfield. Like I said, um, you're going to be a villain in somebody's story. You're going to be a hero in somebody's story. You'll have heroes and villains in your story, but categorizing them as just heroes and villains, um, you don't. Okay, instead of doing that innocent quote, I'll just say, um, if you were in my shoes, you'll walk the same damn miles I do. And with that being said, putting yourself in somebody else's position can make you realize that if you had had that type of, if you had had their life, well, everybody is a mirror to each other. That's what I'm trying to get at. And you know how they say the eyes is the soul to the mirror, right? You are a reflection. And maybe you're not the same person. Maybe you don't have the same, um, you don't have the same story. But there are certain things that happen to where you can put yourself in their shoes and be like, okay, I can see why you did this. I can see how this happened. And choices, they are so intertwined with everything and every aspect of not only the connection you have with yourself, but with other people. But what that last quote said, never hold anyone by the button or the hand in order to be heard out. Better to hold your tongue than them to hold it. Don't have yourself over explain why or hows or whens or whatever it is. You know for a fact. You know those answers. And if nobody understands that, then that's just them not understanding. And everybody's different. Let them be different. Let yourself be different. It's funny, it's a button. And again, going in with the story dice by Miss Julissa. Oh, you're really experiencing life though. Let me turn this around. So, presents coming your way, or a surprise of any kind. But budgeting, that's going to lead you into different experiences all around the world. Maybe not all around the world, but around where you will be able to take yourself places. And you're experiencing a lot at that. You're not letting people push your buttons. You already know the buttons that get pushed. You can change that thought process and not letting them get under your skin. Um, Careful with some sickness, make sure you're taking care of your body. Definitely, I feel like you're meeting with someone. It could be a friend, could be a family member, could be someone who you consider part of your family. And there's some exercise getting in. I love exercising. Wait. Sorry. I just saw the ball and I was like, oh, okay. Ooh. Be a little careful where you put your eggs in the basket at. I'll just say that and leave it at that. But, yeah, okay. That's the end of the reading for PAL 4. And thank you all for joining. And it's been such a pleasure hosting this reading. This is part 2, which is like part 1 is already posted, but just finishing up part 2 from the previous day. And I think that's really all, honestly. I'll be doing another reading soon, but it's just after this, I need a break. I won't be going for a month, but I'll need, like, I need them days to recuperate. You know the word. Anyway, thank you all for joining. Keep it juicy and acoustic, and peace the fuck out.